Hello friends, welcome back to another short video. I have a new pen for you guys today. Last pen I bought was the S-Fine V200 vacuum filler, and this was my first vacuum filling pen. I ordered from Amazon here in Canada, and I've now switched to green ink in it, and I really love it how it performs. This one can be unscrewed here also to be eyedropper filled. So if any of you guys are thinking about this pen, this is really a good pen, hefty, weighty, a bit more sturdy, and with a lot of ink capacity over here. It is a titanium pen. I think it is especially good for bigger hands. I don't mind bigger pens for journaling, so this is a good pen for ink capacity and sturdiness on the go. But since buying that pen, I was seeing some new pens coming out recently from Leonardo. A new M200 pen was announced from Pelican, the marbled red pen that I'm eagerly waiting because I love those M200 pens for everyday planning. But as much as I love those pens, I couldn't pass opportunity to buy this one. And that's because I found it on Marketplace for half the price that is usually in stores here in Canada. So yeah, this was staying for a week or two there. The price was $260 Canadian dollars. Usually I think right now in Blasket store it is listed for $5.45 Canadian, I believe. I haven't checked other stores, but that's what they had, and I was thinking buying it in fall because they had this one, they had the clear one, and they had the amber one. I mostly like this smoke, which is mostly black with a see-through ink reservoir here. To me it looks grayish black, and it looks so elegant. So when I saw the opportunity of buying this pen, what to me looked like in a great condition from the pictures online, I asked if I can have it for $250, which is $10 less, but I was kind of a round number. And the kind person told me yes, of course. I asked, can you show me a little bit of how that fine nib writes? And after he sent me a short video, I asked to meet him that day and paid it in cash right away. Such a gorgeous pen. Now I understand the whole fuss about this pen. It is really a grail worthy pen, and I got it for $250, which is I can't wrap this around my mind how of a good deal that was for me, because I have some steel Esterbrook steel nibs that are that money even more. Some of them are paid more. So yeah, this is a gold nib pen from Pilot. This is Pilot Custom 823. It says here, Pilot Custom 823. It is in great condition. The guy really took good care of it. No scratches anywhere that I can find. It is really, really in mint condition. He had it for a year and a half before selling it now, because he has, what he said, a lot of other pens, so he's not using it, and this was my perfect opportunity to try it. This is only my fourth gold nib pen. I have two platinums. I have one Pelican gold nib pen, and this is now my fourth gold nib pen. Amazing nib. I already tried it because he had it inked with Pilot Custom, Pilot Irishizuku, I believe Tsukushi ink. So I could try it on the spot if the nib was okay and not scratchy. Everything was fine. And yeah, I'm happy that I found such a gorgeous, elegant, grail-worthy pen for such a great price. To me, I was always looking at it, but I didn't like that amber color so much. I always prefer this, the elegance of this colorway of the pen. To me, it's like a classic cigar-shaped pen that goes with any planner, any leather binder you're using it with. And I will now also, because it's a fine nib, use it mostly also with my planners and not be afraid to kind of scratch it or anything, because I bought it as for such a great price. And now after trying vacuum filler, this is also vacuum filler. When I was cleaning it, it is a real good inking capacity. When you fill it, it really goes high and inks really big amount. So I will ink it with you guys now. So as I said, let me see what you see. This is the nib. Fine 14 karat gold nib. This is the nib size number 15 from Pilot. So let me show you. These are my other 3 nibbed pens: the Pelican, the Platinum, and the Platinum. This is the broad, this is the extra fine. I'm gonna open the extra fine. So this is the nib compared to the Platinum nib. Let me now try showing the size. It's a bit larger nib. So we'll compare the line differences between these two, because this is extra fine, this is fine, which are both very fine. And this has the same ink I'm gonna ink this one with. And this is the bigger gold nib, the biggest gold nib I have so far. And the Pelican, yeah, 18 karat fine nib, their biggest nib size. This is my really gorgeous pen. So together, yeah, the Pilot one is smaller in width and smaller in length. Maybe let's try putting them like this so you guys can see the length and the size of them, like that. This is the ink I'm going to ink the new one with. So let's put these away for now. This one has the same nib, just broad size. I didn't get the box with it, but I don't need a box. This is staying in my collection now. But he gave the pen pouch he got when he bought it from Pilot, so I got the pouch with the pen to store it. So let's go and ink it with Writer's Edition Jane Austen ink. I did the video on this ink, so if you're interested, go ahead and watch that. And I have some other pens inked with this ink, so we'll compare the size. Just prepare my paper. So with the wax filling systems, you just unscrew the piston, and then look how gorgeous this ink is. That's just such a gorgeous grayish, purplish, brownish color. Really, I'm happy with this ink. Okay, let's insert, and let's see how we did. With the fill. Of course, I have to make my hands dirty, but not too bad. It's inked up until here, so just a little bit of air here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so the ink is all the way up until this part here. I don't know what it shows exactly in the video. Until I edit it, I won't be able to see. But yeah, good feeling. You close this a bit. I won't close it all the way so the ink flows, so we can write with it. Let me just close this so I can put the ink away. Love these elegant bottles. Okay, so this is the pen compared to the Asvine. I think it would be Asvine length. Yeah, almost the same, maybe a couple of millimeters is the Pilot taller, and the Asvine is definitely girthier, thicker in the body, but it has the tapered down holding part here, titanium, where it's really comfortable. The Pilot has also a smaller section here, so overall it's even smaller, but so comfortable, similar to the ST pens. Let me just bring my Sugar Rush ST to compare. The sections seem so similar. I don't have the tool that measures the diameter. Pilot seems a smidge thinner in the section, but feels overall so nicely weighted and so comfortable in the hand, similar to the ST feel. So for whoever likes STs and how they feel in your hand, unless you already have Pilot, you probably already know, but this was my first now. Yeah, Pilot is a little bit heavier here because of the mechanism and more ink capacity, but yeah, overall feel is very comfortable in the hand. Regarding size, let me close this. Yeah, the nib is a little bit bigger, taller, but just a smidge. The body length, when you start from here, the Pilot is a little bit longer here. I don't post my pens. But let's see. Yeah, it would be too long and too heavy. I don't usually post my pens because I have smaller hands. So for me, any pen unposted is the perfect pen. Maybe only those tiny launcher pens, or maybe Kaweco I would need to post, but I haven't tried Kaweco yet. So, oops, almost. So yeah, perfect feel in the hand. And regarding size, it's so similar to the ST size. ST is a bit taller. Yeah, here. It is a smidge taller here. All right, that's for you. Regarding the size, the Asvine is significantly bigger pen in the body and cap. Similar in the height, but bigger, thicker in the, and weightier in the body. Even now when they're both inked, this one is much heavier. So let's now go and try the writing this new pen. I'm really happy I bought this. I was thinking for a week about it, and then when I saw it's still available, I jumped on it. I said, my husband, okay, I'm not gonna take yet any of those new pens, I want this one, because this is the opportunity you don't pass. When this kind of pen is half the price, less than half price in cash. Like if I would have bought it from Blasket for $5.45, which is it listed for now, I would have to pay 13% tax on top of that in store. So it would be more like $600 pen, and this was $250, right, for the same pen. I know prices have gone up. It wasn't costing that much before a couple of years ago, but it is what it is. I got it for an amazing price. So let's see. I'm gonna bring you closer so you guys can see the writing. Okay, so this is Pilot Custom 83, nib is fine, 14 karat, and the ink in here is the Mont Blanc homage to Jane Austen. This is a fine Pilot line. It's more like closer to extra fine, Western extra fine line. Let me do the test rating. Trying out the fast writing. This is really a good feel pen. I've already tried it when I bought it, and it was inked with a nicer Shizuku ink, and it seemed drier than this one. This Jane Austen Mont Blanc ink shows so nice the shading, even if this in this fine nib. Really gorgeous. Let me just go back for a second. Like that. So I don't know if you can see this. Let me just maybe turn my light a bit up here, so maybe you can see the shading and ink properties more. So this is with the light from this side, and I have a window here, so I have the daylight, but I wanted to also show you up close. So such a good combo, such a good match. I wanted to say this pen and this ink, really gorgeous. And now this pen is such a good daily companion for me. I don't know if you can see the window here, so you can see where the ink is. This whole compartment is ink now, only the small part is where it's air. But such a good feel right away. My ace wine doesn't feel so much when I do the vacuum, so this is a better vacuum, I guess. Really not disappointed at all. Let me try the new paper I bought from Amazon. And this fine nib seems like it has a little bit of bounce because the nib is shaped like that, even if it's 14K. So it's softer gold nib, really nice. You can even go slow, you can bounce it a bit. Wait, let me do this nicer. Let me just check what you see here. Okay. Yeah, you can go thinner and thicker, and even it shows in the writing, like it has a little bit of soft flex variation because the nib itself, maybe because it was used, but nothing wrong with it. It's so smooth, has a little bit of feedback. That's what maybe you hear. I don't feel any roughness on the paper whatsoever. Feels so smooth. This is me like really gently going, so this is really normal writing, and this is really like a little bit pressing, and this is fast. This is, don't forget, a fine nib. So I would love to try this pen with a falcon nib and with the new signature nib. That one would be great, I think. This pen with a signature nib. I think these are staples in your collection. You see how this body is see-through. Doesn't show on the video so much like in person. You can really see where the ink is, and I like that. You don't need an ink window, but overall it looks like a black pen, like those classic 146 or 149 Mont Blanc pens. To me it has that kind of a classic, elegant feel of a cigar shaped pen that goes with all kinds of planners. So I will mostly be using it in my planners and journals. This is, oops, sorry. This is my Louis Vuitton Emily cover that I love since I got it for Christmas. I would love to have more colors, so maybe in the future. I love the red ones. I love that chick or duck one. I think it's a chick, and I would love it because it reminds me of my son, and we had a song that we were reciting to him, and he was reciting with us when he was like 1.5 to 2 years old. And it's in Croatian, but the song, the poem is about a chick and his blue eyes, and the little blue chick with the blue eyes, like little yellow chick with the blue eyes. And that cover reminds me of my son. I would love it for that reason, mostly. And I love the reverse monogram with the blue insides of that cover. But I also love the red. This one and the red one were the ones I whispered to Santa, to my husband, to bring to me, so he chose the elegant black, and I'm not complaining. This is, I think I would choose it myself the most if I was shopping myself. So this is how I will use my pen. I made this pen holder for this Emily cover. I made a video about it, so go watch the Louis Vuitton Emily Possibilities video, where I show all the notebooks you can use with this cover, this folio from Louis Vuitton. And I've made a couple of pen holders. I have this one and the leather one to protect your pens, but this is how I intended to use it. I love standard yen size for journaling and memory keeping, so I have another notebook for journal that I usually use, but also sometimes pop in my N2 sterling ink common planner, which is week's size planner. This is my on the go when I don't bring my personal rings with me, with Franklin Covey compact inserts. So when I put that pen, since this is narrower than the full size of the folio, I can fit my pen in here. And now I have the whole setup ready to go, and this pen goes so well with this cover and with these notebooks. Also with a nice white white cover. I don't think it would fit the pen loop in here, but let me try. Yeah, it could fit, but I don't think I would carry it like that. Just do not scratch this gold part. I also have other pen holders I can use for these planners. This is the setup I started the year with in my rings. I have to film a video of my whole system, so that's coming up. This is a little Snoopy charm I made myself. I just added the magnet on the behind, and this is the setup from February, so I will change into a new cover next week, something more colorful for fall, for March. So yeah, I'm really happy with this pen. Looks so good with all of my covers, especially this black one. I'm such on a black and white kick since starting the year. I've used my other black cover for rings and this one. Sometimes I switch to my brown TN when I wanna be not careful with my leather in my bag, but this one is mostly used. And I don't see myself going out of it throughout the year, maybe changing some other colors of other leather TNs I have. So yeah, beautiful pen. Let me put it on a... Oh, for anybody curious, this is Wonderspec. Their Touch Me line, ready to buy standard rings cover that I purchased now 4 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. Here we go. Okay, so that's all, just to share my new pen. I'll be sharing currently inked video for April. I showed in my Mont Blanc inks video what I have inked for March. So stay tuned now for the system video and for the flip through of my rings and how I'm using it. I will add and change some inserts because I'm not satisfied with the one I started the year with. I was really in a funk this year. Really started like a bear in the cave, not really caring much. I just printed myself some monthlies, some weeklies, a year at a glance, so that's it. But I will now add and change my system in here to show you guys and show all my other planners and notebooks I'm using for this year. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the new video. Bye guys.